Then we're going to do some other stuff. Ooh, ouchies. Let's continue from there. Okay. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Alright. After this one, we're just going to stop playing. Yes, let's go back to Prisoner's Quarters. That's good. So we are working on seed. I think we're working on seed. Oh, this is not a nuclear seed. This is just a Bloodshot Malaise run random. Alright, let's try it. Oh no. Alright. Controller misfire. This is controller issue. You know, wired is better than Bluetooth. Right now we're going with Bluetooth. Not my favorite. Have to drink pretty early. Missed it. Okay, we're gonna go. I'm gonna chip the ice in my drink. So we are on the Bloodshot Malaise. Mod, which is very uncommon, and I don't know if it's going to be the norm now or if it's weird, if it's just a fluke. But we have a shield in our pack, so let's just go with, hey, I don't have it turned on. All right, if we don't have Armadillo pack, let's go with open one. And pray. Blood Malaise makes the enemies really fast, and that's sort of it. Oh shit. Haha. Dude, what can I do? Resurrect? It's a little overkill. Oh. Dude, he's definitely trying to get down there. I will say, there's a big difference between a wired controller and a Bluetooth connection. So I don't want to throw excuses at you, but that's my excuse. It's not wired. I couldn't get out. I couldn't get. Okay, so what happens is the enemy will cause you to occupy a certain space or not occupy a certain space. So if there's too many of them there, then you can't actually get a footing, so you can't have a space, so you can't attack. Sure, that sounds fantastic. I gotta crunch the ice. I don't know what to say. And in a moment, I will have to get my spanakopita. So I'll have to wait. That was one-shotted 3 of those guys. It's a very balanced game. If you're fast enough, you can get out of it. That's like how it works. And that's what makes it a real game. Because if you're fast enough, you can get out of it. That came from the Bluetooth controller. If it were wired, that wouldn't have happened. All right. It matters not. The point is, we're moving on to a different kind of broadcast in just a moment. Let's start with this. Today we're investigating one of the great unsolved mysteries of modern culture. Who killed Luke Skywalker? Obviously, I don't mean literally. Mark Hamill is still alive, and Luke Skywalker is fictional. And yet, somewhere between 1977 and now, something happened. Because millions of people looked at Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy and collectively said, that is not Luke. And that's weird, because people can accept a recast. People can accept a reboot. But when it comes to Luke Skywalker, they reacted as if someone had dug up a fossil and glued the bones together wrong. Now, why is that? This reminds me of something that Stephen King once said. He argued that stories aren't invented, they're discovered, like fossils. The writer's job isn't to write a story per se, it is to unearth the story from the subconscious, like a dinosaur's skeleton. And the authors who unearth these subconscious stories with the least amount of damage are the best writers. The more you force it, the more you're likely to damage it. Now, whether that is actually true doesn't matter. What's important is that many writers describe the same feeling. Characters start making decisions and stories reveal themselves. The author becomes less of an engineer and more of an archaeologist. That's why myths matter. Human beings have always told stories. Before Netflix, before movies, before books, we sat around fires and told stories, and almost all of them served a purpose. They taught us how to survive, how to behave, how to endure hardship, how to become something better. If you think about how especially all the early stories all had a moral and some sort of message, combine that with the fact that any screenwriting professor will tell you that the heart of any story is conflict. It really reveals how every myth is sort of simulation training. Stories are not there just for our entertainment. They have moved into that realm for sure, but they were also originally there as programming for you to know what to do. A safe way to encounter danger or social awkwardness or whatever without dying. A way to instill virtue in the younger generation. But it was always sort of the same. The hero goes into the then the hero adapts, and the hero returns transformed. These kind of things, repeated billions and billions of times throughout human history, led to a codified system of virtues, but through that process, we learn how to interact with this world. So let's return to Luke. He's not just a character, he's a mythological figure. He's a farm boy. He receives the call to adventure from a wise mentor, resists temptation, transforms, and returns leveled up, He's a textbook hero's journey. And for 40 years, people internalized his story, not because they love lightsabers, although we do, but because we all loved what Luke represented: hope, persistence, redemption, and the belief that people can change. Who killed him? When people say Disney killed Luke Skywalker, I don't think that's actually what they're saying. What they mean is he stopped behaving like himself. Imagine Homer Simpson suddenly became a stockbroker, or Batman decided crime wasn't really worth worrying about, or Gandalf opened a cryptocurrency channel. Something feels weird, and the audience will lose trust. Not because characters can't change, but because they stopped feeling like themselves and the changes were completely unearned and unexplored. Like, how did they come to be? They were unexplained. The dinosaur skeleton doesn't fit together anymore. My conclusion is that maybe stories emerge from the collective unconscious. Maybe they come from culture. Maybe they're weird little hallucinations our brains generate. I don't know, but I do know this. Stories actually matter because people use them to understand themselves. And that's why people get emotional when myths are changed. It's not really about Star Wars. It's about identity. It's about meaning. Anyway, remember, you can like this video, but you don't have to subscribe.